Hello and welcome to my video about what it means to be a sustainable consultant. We'll discuss quickly what it means to be a sustainable consultant, but before we can do that, it's important to understand what sustainability really is. The UN Brundtland Commission in 1987 defined sustainability as meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Essentially, sustainability means living within a certain set of boundaries whereby human activities do not cause permanent harm to the planet. In a sense, sustainability requires humans to live within a set of planetary boundaries. So the planetary boundaries, it was a concept first coined by Rockstrom et al. In 2009. These boundaries define the safe operating space for humanity with respect to the Earth system. And as you can see, there's 9 planetary boundaries listed here. Businesses, particularly transnational corporations or heavily polluting sectors, play a huge role in preventing these planetary boundaries from being exceeded. Combined, businesses have an immense impact on the planet. Since 1988, just 100 companies have resulted in over 70% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Moreover, just 100 companies are responsible for 90% of global single-use plastic production. From this, it's obvious that businesses play a fundamental role in altering our environment. If businesses act in a more sustainable way, it may be possible to live within safe thresholds and preserve our planet for future generations. This now brings us on to the section on what it means to be a sustainable consultant. Sustainability consultants help businesses become more socially and environmentally responsible in terms of how they operate. They come up with sustainable solutions that consider the needs of both the business and the environment. Sustainability consultants work closely with their clients to improve several areas of businesses such as resource use and waste production, energy efficiency, pollution levels, impact on local communities and ecosystems, procurement, and ensuring companies comply with environmental legislation. In order to do this, sustainability consultants may be required to undertake several tasks, such as carrying out research, analyzing data, and producing reports. Presenting reports and findings to clients, providing advice on how clients can reduce environmental impacts, recommending technologies, keeping up to date with current research and legislation, and managing projects and meeting deadlines within a budget. From this, it's obvious that several soft skills are required to be a good sustainability consultant, and here is just a few. In addition to these soft skills, there are many hard skills that are also essential, such as project management and auditing, as well as a good understanding of key software such as Python and Excel. Additionally, good understanding of environmental impact assessments and management systems is critical. This section is now on project management, which is a critical role or a critical skill required to be a good sustainability consultant. Project managers themselves have various key roles. These include ensuring the project is delivered on time, to a budget, ensuring the project meets its objectives and it's done to a set quality standard. Project management itself differs from day-to-day management as projects have limited timelines. This section will outline the process of project management from the initial project brief to project review. The project brief is a detailed written document that outlines the scope and nature of the project. It specifies client requirements and details how its success will be judged. The project brief should also discuss both business objectives and project aims. Business objectives state the reasons for undertaking the project. These must be measurable in order for success to be proven. Project aims state the outcomes the project must achieve, and these are often expressed in terms of the final deliverable. The project aims also recognize key milestones that we reach between the start and the end of the project. The project brief also includes the budget, which must be agreed before any significant work takes place. Finally, project brief should include any potential problems that may occur. Many projects fail because of unforeseen issues that emerge too late, therefore it's vital to identify these issues and develop solutions before the project begins. The next step is planning an overview. This is a top-down process that concerns the big picture of the project, not the detailed tasks. The importance of having a big picture is it enables all members of the team to think about the whole project, making it easier to highlight where there may be issues in the future and additional information needed. Planning an overview further involves identifying activities. These represent major blocks of work, which at the detailed planning stage will be broken down into subtasks. Once this project's activities have been identified, dependencies must be investigated. Dependencies are essentially the activities that must occur before the activity itself can be completed. They're important as they essentially determine the overall duration of the project, and they're often shown in a PERT diagram, and they can be made using project management software, which we'll look at later. So the next stage is the detailed plan, which is the main document used by the project team during the implementation phase of the project. It's the document that determined what each member of the team does every day, and is the document used to track the progress of the project. The source document for this is the overview plan. For each activity identified in the overview plan, a list of specific tasks we identified. These need to be completed in order to complete the activity. Breaking down activities into tasks is part creativity, part common sense, and part experience. Once all tasks and durations have been identified, a new PERT chart can be drafted, and from this it's vital to identify the critical pathway, which is the longest timeline on the PERT chart, and it determines the overall duration of the project. The next stage is project implementation. This involves actually initiating the planned tasks, tracking progress, reviewing the plan, and then taking action where necessary. Tracking itself is the most important activity in this phase. It involves monitoring the progress of the project against the plan. During this phase, it's important to hold regular project status meetings with those associated with the project. It's also important for the team to deliver regular progress reports to the project manager, and for the project manager to deliver progress reports to the client. This ensures that the whole team stays on top of the project. The last stage is the project review phase. Here we identify what went well, what didn't, and what can be done different next time. Some key things must be investigated in this phase. Firstly, have both the project aims and the business objectives been met? If yes, then we can consider the project to be a success. Before we move on, it's important to note that many project management softwares exist, and these make project management a lot easier. And here's just a few. As mentioned earlier, a key hard skill is performing environmental impact assessments. Environmental impact assessments are a process of evaluating the likely environmental impacts of a proposed project or development. These impact assessments may be very specialized for the industry you're working in, or they may be more general. The assessments may be one-off or part of a system of continuous monitoring, forming part of an environmental monitoring system. Several different EIAs exist, such as BREEAM and B Corp certification. Let's take a look at some of these in a bit more detail. So BREEAM is a widely acknowledged assessment tool for measuring the sustainability of buildings. Over 535,000 buildings have been certified by BREEAM. While many of these are in the UK, increasing numbers are now in more than 74 other countries. BREEAM is an extremely adaptable tool, and it can be used for a diverse range of building types and locations. The assessment process involves rating and certifying projects on a scale of pass to good to very good to excellent to outstanding. BREEAM awards points or credits to 9 different subcategories, and each of these have their own percentage weightings. So you've got management, health, energy, transport, water, materials, waste, land use and ecology, and pollution. And then on top of that, a maximum of 10 innovation points, 10%, can be added to this. Section scores are then added together to produce a single overall score. Another type of environmental impact assessment is the B Corp certification. B Corp, short for Certified B Corporations, are businesses verified by B Lab to meet high standards of social and environmental responsibility, transparency, and accountability. There are currently over 6,500 B Corps worldwide, and the ultimate goal of B Corps is to tackle some of the world's most pressing problems by positively impacting all stakeholders, including workers, communities, customers, and the planet. To earn and maintain B Corp certification, all companies must undergo a rigorous evaluation process that involves completing the B Impact Assessment by achieving a total verified score of at least 80 points across categories such as governance, workers, community, environment, and customers. They must also fulfill legal requirements and sign the B Corp agreement. B Corps are required to publicly disclose their impact scores on the B Lab directory and undergo re-verification every 3 years. Being a B Corp helps companies adhere to the highest standards of social and environmental performance while maintaining transparency and accountability. Some examples include Patagonia, Origin Coffee, and Finister. We're going to quickly touch on environmental management systems here. So environmental management systems are a way of organizations to improve their environmental performance by consistently reviewing, evaluating, and improving their environmental practices. The most widely used framework for an EMS is the ISO 14001 standard, which is based on the plan, do, check, and act methodology. The 5 stages are as follows: commitment and policy, planning and implementation, evaluation, and then review. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Here is a few references for you. Thank you. Bye.